Hey there, everybody, and welcome back to Vinyl Talk with Tavis. And I'm Tavis with my co-host, Mr. Jimmy Mack. But he's going to be in and out. He's been so good, I'm going to give him a treat. Would you like a treat, Jimmy? There you go, right there. I hope all of you are having a great day. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is going to be a video in which I share some recent vinyl finds. I went to this great store. I go there not as much as I go to the other stores, but I went to Vinyl Renaissance and Audio, and man, they moved to a different location, and they have a bigger space, which means you see more records, and I was just in heaven. I found some treasures, y'all. I tell you what. Woo! I found some treasures. But first, let me have some Pepsi, okay? So, look at my cup. If you would like to have one of these cups, just let me know, okay? It has Vinyl Talk with Tavis. It has my mug shot there. My mug shot. But, well, this is sponsored by Pepsi, everybody. Look at this cat. Well, my co-host is saying hello. Say hello to the people. Say hello to the people. He's gotten so big, everybody. Look at that face. Oh, my God. I love him so much. He is... If you've seen my previous videos, you know why I have him. You know why I bought him. Adopted him. That's the best way to say it. He's been a joy. He's been a pain in the ass too, but you know how relationships are. But cheers to that and all of you out there. So move that tail out of the way, sit back and relax, and let's look at some vinyl. Okay, so first, let me see. I found this. This is Miss Candy Staten. Oh man, it's still in its original wrapping. It is unsealed, but it features that great song from the disco era. Young hearts run free. Don't you be caught up like my man and me. Bum-ba-da, my man and me. Whoa, young hearts, to yourself be true. Oh, man, that song is a jam. I was so happy to find this there, and look at it, man. I mean, they have their records in awesome condition, shining like new money. New money. So I cannot wait. I've not played most of these records, but I love that. When did that come out? Do y'all remember? 1976. Ooh, music was so good back then. I don't know about the music today. Now listen, people. I never realized how magnificent this album is, or was, or whatever. The 1981 Jackson's Live 2 LP set is phenomenal. I can't tell you how. If you know it's true, put in the comments. I had never listened to this. I remember a while back, when I was a boy, and my family, my distant relatives, that I would go visit, they had it on cassette. Or was it LP? Maybe it was a record, but I remember seeing this photo and never, Michael Jackson hadn't really hit big, with that Thriller album yet. He was just coming off of his Off the Wall album. This came out in 81. Jermaine was absent from this concert, but let me see. It doesn't say where the concert was held. If you know where the concert was held, let me know. This is the bomb. When you listen to this, you feel like you are right there. All of their hits, they go back to ABC, but Michael Jackson stops it because he wants to do new stuff. It has Can You Feel It? It opens up with Can You Feel It? And the band says, Can you feel it? And the audience goes, yeah. I mean, y'all, this is an album. Oh, man. Michael Jackson was in top form with his voice. He does She's Out of... Does he? Yeah, he does She's Out of My Life. I mean, Michael Jackson, he really steals the show. Well, he always has, hasn't he? Ever since he first started singing with them. But wow. I mean, they were in the best form of their lives in 1981. I mean, I can remember the commercials, the Pepsi commercials. It just brought back so many memories listening to that record. It's just, I was so happy. Have you ever just felt so happy? That's probably a dumb question, but maybe you need to hear this. Have you ever just felt so happy listening to music and you just feel like you've just been transformed back to that time? Or if it's music of today, it just makes you feel so, it's like something happens in your brain and you just get these cells start moving around and it's like you're on the best weed ever. It's like music is a drug. This album makes what Bob Marley said so true. He says, when music hits you, you feel no pain. This album hit me, and I tell you, I was sitting in that chair by that turntable and those speakers, and I was just like, it was the best feeling. It's better than any drug, better than any pain medication. I was just, man, that's a good record. That is a very good record. Then I found this, very surprised to find Jumpin' Jack Flash, the different album mixes with Aretha Franklin, and you know who he is, Keith Richards. Yeah. Back in 1986 from her Aretha album, but there are 5 different mixes on here. There's the album mix, the street mix, radio edit, the master mix dub, and then the beat dub mix. It's mostly a cappella. But I tell you, Aretha Franklin was singing her ass off. She was playing that piano. If I'm not mistaken, she plays the piano on this album too. But man, that's a cut. That's rock and roll. She sang rock and roll on this album. Pure rock and roll. So good to have that. I was very shocked to see that. Now, you all remember Sylvester. I think I mentioned him in earlier videos. Sylvester had a background group called 2 Tons of Fun. Okay, and he met them by having these auditions. And Martha Wash, right there, was one of the people who came to audition. And before her, there was this thin girl who had auditioned. But when he heard Martha Wash, he says, okay, I want you. He says, do you know someone else who can sing like you? And I think he went on to say, do you know anyone else who's big like you? And she said, yeah. And so here we are with this great record, It's Raining Men. Well, that's not the name of the record. The record is called Success, but it has their hit, It's Raining Men, produced by Paul Jabara. I think he worked with Donna Summer, great disco songwriter, producer. It's Raining Men, that is, that's a gay anthem, superb. That's a gay anthem if you ever heard one. Let's see. Yeah, Paul Jabara and Paul Schaefer from The Tonight Show. You know, he was the band leader for The Tonight Show. Is he still the leader? I'm not sure. I don't watch those shows. But anyway, I've not heard this record yet in its entirety, but I do know it's Raining Men. Success. The Weather Girls. So they turned from 2 Tons of Fun to The Weather Girls. This came out in 1983. Remember that video? It's Raining Men. I mean, you look back and it's so funny. But at the time, I remember loving it so much. My heavens, what is her name? Man, you know, you forget the people's names. My God. Her name is hard for me to remember. Izora Armstead. You know, she passed away. But Martha is still alive and doing well. So God bless you, Martha, and rest in peace, Izora. You all made some great music together with Sylvester and on your own. Thank you for sharing your wonderful gifts with us and making us dance. Okay, now we're going to talk about some gospel music at this time. These are the Dixie Hummingbirds, one of the greatest gospel groups ever, with their harmonies and traditional gospel music. I've not listened to this album, but I do know of the Dixie Hummingbirds, and I know their sound. Absolutely awesome group. This album is called A Christian Testimonial. I've not even looked at the album, everybody. I just bought it because I saw it. Well, of course, it doesn't say when the year that it came out in, but I'm sure it was like the 60s, if not the late 50s. But I can't wait to listen to this. And that is a classic cover. And I remember the great guys at Vinyl Renaissance, Kevin and Lucas. They were so wonderful. Just great service. A great stock of records to choose from, and they were so kind and letting me know where things were, and he was Kevin was really excited that I had bought this because he just felt like it needed a good home. He knew that it was going to go to someone who would love it, and I am the guy who got it, and I love it. Now, I don't have these in any particular order. I watched the Grammys, and I see that John Baptiste won the record of the year. So I went ahead and bought it at Vinyl Renaissance. Can you believe that I had not been familiar with this guy? Only from the fact that he is a band leader on one of those talk shows. I must be honest with you. I'm not really a fan. I'm not really a fan of this guy. I mean, he's a great musician, don't get me wrong. But when I saw him perform on the Grammys, I loved it. He did the song Freedom. I mean, I love the message. But I always thought to myself, first of all, I didn't know he had a record out. And second, the music wasn't hitting me. Just something to me is missing. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just me being 49 and not, but he's like not that much older than I am. Is he in his 30s? Like, well, I guess he is much younger than I am. But anyway, I just unboxed it, and let's see what's on the inside. I think I should make this a thumbnail. Let's see. Yeah, that'll work. Okay, so this is the inside. Oh, lots of words. Oh, Lord. Do some reading. Let's see what's in here. Oh, there's a book. Wow. Oh, wait. Oh, the book is a lyric book. And on the back it says, if found, please return to for a reward of, interesting. And on the front it says lyrics. That's different. All the lyrics of his songs are on here, or are in here. Wow, that's really cool. So let's look at the album itself. Very simple Verve Records. I wonder if he knew that his album would be the record of the year. I guess you really don't know, do you? But I'm sure that he is just so excited about how well this album did. Again, I have not listened to this album. I had never heard Freedom. I had never seen the video. I'm so behind the times on the new music, everybody. I'm going to show you. There's another record that you're going to see that I bought tonight as I'm making this video. Cat, I hope this cat's not scratching my records. You know, every time I do something, it's all around getting on the stuff that I don't want him to get on. It's amazing what cats do. Now, this was everybody. Hold on. I got to take a drink on this. Jimmy. He's sitting right here. This was a find. Look at this. Ella and Louie again. This was in their new used section. All the used music that's new to the store. And when I found this double LP set of Louie and Ella, again, I need to get their first album that they did together. With all those standards, Don't Be That Way, Making Whoopee, They All Laughed, Autumn in New York, Let's Do It, Let's Fall in Love, G Baby and I Good to You. Let's call the whole thing off. Oh man. And the sleeve here is not in good condition. I mean, see, it's kind of broken. Not kind of, it is. But the records in here, oh wow. In wonderful condition. I'd give it a VG++. Man, I was so happy to see that and to know that it was in great condition. You have to be familiar with Ella and Louie again. You have to be. I think I'm going to take a picture with this too. Let's see. Yes. And Ella is my queen. She is the queen of scat to me. So I was so happy to get that. So those were my finds at Vinyl Renaissance and Audio here in Kansas City, KC, Kansas City, Missouri. Yeah. So if you're ever down here, please visit Vinyl Renaissance and Audio. You'll be very happy. They have instruments, pianos. They have shirts, lots of T-shirts. They have lots of miscellaneous stuff, like bumper stickers and cups and mugs and just wonderful extra stuff, you know, that makes you spend all of your money, you know, because I was in there for like an hour and a half. Now, on TikTok, I'm friends with John Oates from Hall & Oates. And when I saw this at Walmart, I had to get this. This is Daryl Hall and John Oates, Rock and Soul Part 1. And it's a compilation album. And it came out, I think originally in 83. But this is just, you know, a reissue. It has Sarah Smile, She's Gone, Rich Girl, You're a Rich Girl, and you're going too far, but you know it don't matter anyway. You can rely on the old man's money. You can rely on the old man's money. It's a bitch girl. Does he actually say it's a bitch girl? I think he does. I was always afraid to say that when I was a little kid listening to that song. I said, Mama, is he saying he's a bitch girl? I could be wrong. Y'all, I haven't looked on Google for the lyrics, but if I'm wrong, I think it's because it rhymes with rich. I'm sure he's not saying it's a ditch girl. Why would he talk about a ditch? Anyway, this is a good record. Oops. Great album. Because your kiss is on my list. Anyway, I posted this album playing on my turntable, spinning around and around and showing the cover. And John Oates responded, and he's like, "Thanks, brother, for your support." So he's a cool cat on TikTok. If you become friends with him, he will talk to you. He will respond. And it really is him because he even answers TikTok questions. But this is on colored vinyl. Really cool. I'm so glad that I have that. Man, I'm on a ball today. Now, a great friend of mine named Jason. He's my TikTok friend. He's an Instagram friend. He's so wonderful. He has so many records. He loves all kinds of music, but he mostly focuses on like R&B, funk, 60s, 70s, 80s. And he was showing this on TikTok, and he said that I could buy it from him. This is Diana Ross and the Supremes, Reflections. And I have been looking for this for a long time. When I go on eBay, when I go on Discogs, you know, it wouldn't be in good condition, but yet it was so expensive. Man, this is in such great condition. Oh my heavens. Motown. For me, it's hard to find Motown albums in really good condition. It really is. But this is their album called Reflections. Reflections of the way life used to be. Reflections of the love you took from me. Oh, I'm all alone now. Man, what a great song. And then it has my forever came today when you walked into my life and made my lonely life a paradise. Ever came the day, forever came the day, forever came the day, forever came the day, at last, ooh, at last. That's a jam. Get off my records. Always supposed to get on stuff. My co-host is not being nice. And then we have Keep Falling In and Out of Love. Good music. I love Diana Ross. My first celebrity crush. Okay, what else do I have from Jason? He also gave me, he didn't give it to me, I bought it, Mahalia Jackson, called Sweet Little Jesus Boy. It's a lot of Christmas music. I mean, when I listen to Mahalia, it takes me right into a spiritual zone. Get off my record! Jesus! You get on stuff I don't want you to get on. When I want him to do something, he won't do it. But he does what he wants to do. Man, okay. Get off my records. Man, if you scratch that record, Anyway, I guess I got unspiritual right there. Mahalia Jackson, very good record. Another good record changed my life in the 80s. I don't know if you all are familiar with certain gospel music that I like. This is Reverend Milton Brunson and the Thompson Community Singers. This album called If I Be Lifted. This is how I learned to play the piano back in the day. This is a wonderful, wonderful album. Gospel to the max. The choir, look at that wonderful cover there. That artwork is great. Awesome, awesome album. I bought it sealed from Discogs, and I'm really, really happy. It's on Rejoice Records, the very famous record label back in the day. And let's see what else. The last one I'm going to show you, well, actually, I'm going to show you two more. I got this from Jason, too. This is called Dance Decade. Now, it's a UK compilation. And it has the songs such as Salt and Pepper, Push It, Frankie Goes to Hollywood, Relax, Bananarama, Love in the First Degree, Run DMC, Walk This Way. This is a great double LP set compilation, y'all. It's not in the best of shape, and it has lots of static, but it's good to listen to. I listened to it all the way. Jason, if you're watching, this is top notch. You told me that I'd like it, and I do. I'm glad that I got that. Now, I went to Barnes and Nobles today, and I just wanted to get this. I saw it. It was the only thing that sparked my attention. I got Cardi B. When it first came out, I was not interested at all. But tonight, I had a change of heart. And this is a 2018, you know Cardi B, 2018 hip hop. I mean, she cusses all the way through, and that's something that I really don't like. I don't like a lot of cussing in music. That's just me. But for some reason, I vibe with this. I guess because she's been out for a while. She's been going through some things in the courts with people scandalizing her name and stuff like that. And I just felt the need to buy it. And my favorite song on here is Drip. That is a jam. So Cardi B, if you're listening, if you're watching, I love your debut album. And I can't wait when you come out with your second album, your sophomore album. Please do. I mean, this is killer. It won Rap Album of the Year in 2019. So there's that. Just in case you want to see. If you don't own it, I think I found it someplace else and it was like $77. I was shocked, but this was only like $30 at Barnes and Nobles. Yeah, same thing. So yeah, I'm very proud to own this album. Cardi B, I'm hooked. You cray, but I'm hooked. We all a little cray. I think that's it for my records, but I want to focus on a dear friend. I think in many of my videos, it's 30 minutes, okay. In many of my videos from now on, I want to feature musicians that I've gotten to know and communicated with by way of Instagram and TikTok. And I have come across some wonderful, spectacular, young artists and musicians who simply, either they're playing, it's their grind, it's their main hustle, or maybe they're doing it on the side. But this young man, his name is Indigo Pearce, and he is a bass player. And I got wind of him when I saw an Instagram video of him playing the bass line to the Jones Girls song, Nights Over Egypt. And he posted that Shirley Jones acknowledged that she saw it. And then I think she reposted it on her stories on Instagram. And of course, he got word of that. He got notified, and he was just thrilled that Shirley Jones recognized him. And I'm like, this guy can really play that bass. So let's watch him in action, and you'll hear me talk about what he does, where he's from. And this is the Musician Spotlight on Vinyl Talk with Tavis. Watch this. Indigo Pearce plays the bass guitar professionally for various bands and gigs around London. His main genres are soul, jazz, and funk. He was inspired to play bass by listening to Rhythm Section's Groove, and was much more drawn to the rhythm and sounds of the bass more than the melody and the harmony. Now let's be honest, the bass provides a rhythmic and harmonic function all at the same time. His bass influences are James Jamerson for Motown Records, Bootsy Collins with Parliament Funkadelic, Michael Lee from Snarky Puppy, and Rob Malarkey, who's a fellow London bassist who plays for Jacob Collier. Let's watch Indigo Pearce in action.
Watching my heart go up and down. yo-yo. Feeling is believing. I wanna feel that too. I'm a sensitive type of guy, but my sensitivity is my weakness. Come on now. All I need is some of your loving. All I need is some of your love.
But you come to situation, unless something for themselves. You might just have to soldier on, even though you don't want to. I wanna see day and night, day and night, day and night, in my mind. In the back, the kind of lady that a man like you can go right there. I'll spell it out. I'm falling in love with you. I'm seeing nobody moving.
Well, everybody, that ends this episode of Vinyl Talk with Tavis. I hope you enjoyed that. Indigo, if you're watching, man, you rock on the bass. You are a killer bass player. And as always, with music, be inspired. If you want one, let me know. And stay inspired.